Hi everybody, welcome back to Tekkit Legends with me, Sid, and I've just been and literally brought the trees down. We've got three crossbreeds out of them, which is not bad going. I've also made this honey slice, which you get 4 for 1 bread and 8 honey, as an alternative food, and it seems to have some interesting. Have I got any spruces kicking around in there? We'll keep some of those. Right, so I've got a whole bunch of these mundane larches. I've got a sugar maple, common yew, bull pine. No, I'd already got the bull pine and the common yew. That's a new one though. So they are all new. In terms of what's going on up here, well, we're almost completed upgrading the flower of power. It needs one more collector. That's the word I was looking for. and it will be good. I've also processed every single piece of ore. That setup, this one switch turns all 3 of those on. So not ideal, but also kind of ideal at the same time. So we can get this last collector on, and that should be it. They should now be both running at full speed, producing roughly a stack of diamonds a day, give or take. That's like maybe 2 stacks a day. It should mean that we can get pretty close to doing the rest of the red matter armour before long. So today I want to do a couple of things. I want to have a look. Let me have a look at the uses for these for starters. See what, if any, mutations we can get. So a sugar maple and a silver lime gives us a red maple. Orchard apple and things will give us a sweet crab apple. Have I got silver lime? Do I have silver lime? You know, I thought I did have silver lime. Maybe I was yeah, I have got silver lime. And what was it? And sugar maple, wasn't it? So I think we're going to set those out off running, just to see about getting the next bone meal. Always handy when you're wanting to do stuff with trees. Give me bone meal, thank you. And I'm just going to keep doing these, and you know, between episodes I may do. Oh, hang on, maybe we ought to sleep before we start doing that. Back in and out, in and out. Do. Get there eventually. Well, I remember actually I've got some silky propolis in the in here as well, which we probably need to process. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get that done. But I want to actually have a bash at some bee breeding proper, just to see if we can, whether we'll be able to do it this episode or not, because there's quite a few steps in the actual breeding process of the bees I have in mind. But and these buggering forest things are being a right royal pain in the backside. So let me just put a sugar maple down. Oops. Let's do that, and we'll force grow that a little bit. Oh, that's a pretty looking thing. Right, get me a bunch of saplings. And that probably pretty much almost drains that, and then zap that down. That gives us the maple wood. So we've got, oh, I seem to have picked up some acacia wood from somewhere as well. Was it that one? Might have been that one. So we want that and that this time around. So we'll come back here and go 1 there. and then 1, 2, 3, 1 there, then 1, 2, 3, 1 there, then 1, 2, 3, and 1 there. And then similarly, if I can find, where did I put you? There. So 1 there, and 1, 2, 3, 1. And this is just my little pattern that I like to stick to. It's not necessarily optimal, but come on, silver lime, grow. Thank you. I'm going to need more bone meal, aren't I? So one of them. Come on. Yep, there you go. And one of them. And then we'll rinse and repeat on this side. Yeah, definitely need more, I need more bone meal. I'll get those going. Now, the other thing I'm going to need is, I really could do with improving the fertility of these to get more princesses, but yeah, it's not playing ball yet. Many of these aren't playing ball, actually, for getting me. There's usually a chance of getting slightly more princesses, and we'll work around it somehow. But let me get those trees done. And alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to grab a few things. I want a chest, I want a piece of glass, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 honeycombs, because carrying me bees around in this bag is not necessarily the best thing. So we're going to make an apiarist chest, which we'll pop down there for now. That can hold a lot of bees. So what we need to do is jump in here, go in and grab a whole bunch of these guys out, and then we can transfer them all into here along with this big pile of cultivated drones. And it just means we're not wholly dependent on this thing. Oops, that one's full now, so and yeah, bee management. And when you consider the number of bees that we've got in this pack, one of these chests is possibly not going to be enough. There's a very good chance, but I think there are some other storage mechanisms available within Gendustry, which we may need to look at down the line. But for the time being, that will give us what we need. Oh, there was another bee in there, damn it. Okay, there's another marshy. So we got all sorts. I'm missing Rocky. That's one of the bees we do need to go and try and find before long. But what I need is a common... Have I got a common princess? I have. And a cultivated drone. I think that's right. Common plus cultivated. And we'll go into the advanced mutatron, pop those in, we get the option of a noble or a diligent. Now we want one of each of these. Now this is a problem because I only have one common princess, and if we look at the recipe for the common princess, we can do it with pretty much any normal drone. So let's go and get a noble for starters. And that should give us a noble queen, which we're going to have to run through. Now the other thing we want is to get another common princess. So if I take a meadows, have I got... I'm interested. If I take an ignoble and just a forest, what have I got a lot of drones of, apart from the good ones up there? Not many actually. Forest is probably the one. Okay, so let me do that and that. Does this come out? It comes out as ignoble. Yeah, interesting. So it doesn't fix an ignoble trait. Do I have a pristine there. And make me a common queen. And that'll give me another common princess to play with. Right, so we're going to need to swap out some of our other bees and get these guys to run through a cycle. And then we can go on to the next step. So yes, let us head down here. I'm going to take the cultivators out for now, I think, because they've, well, for one, they are hyper productive. So if I put a noble queen in, seems happy enough. And if I take this lot out and put in the common queen, also seems happy enough. And it's getting dark, so I'll sleep. We'll let them run a cycle. In fact, I should take the, I'll sort that in a moment. I need to take the automation upgrade out so it doesn't do the ting. But alright, while we're waiting for that, there is something I want to try, which is I've also started pulling, as I pull the things out, I'm getting enough red matter, so I'm 4 off getting the chest plate. But I want to have a go at this, the Apiarist's database, which needs an emerald, a diamond, 2 tin, 2 gold, 2 redstone, and glass pane. So we need an emerald, we need a diamond, which I can't spell, 2 gold, 2 tin, 2 redstone, and did I say glass pane? I did. Which I should have somewhere kicking around. Yes, we do. Excellent. That does need water, but it was glass tin. Okay, gold, tin, redstone, glass, emerald and diamond. Emerald and diamond. Could do with a couple of buckets of water. 1, 2, 1 and a 2. And then we can pop those away, and that should be doing its thing. I'm not entirely sure what this thing does, but it's got the word database in it, so it sounds interesting. Sounds like a gadget. And I do love my gadgets. So we're just waiting on those bees to run a cycle. And I'll chuck that in there for now. Nowhere near ready to get any more red matter, but that's fine. So that gives us a bee database. Modest, tropical, wintry, marshy, yeah. Classification, genome. To activate, help tooltip, species, branches, steer, true. 7 of 9 species, 40. Oh, so it's showing me what I actually know. Cultivated. Well, it should surely have had a noble on there as well then. Or is it, maybe it only shows me if they've been in my Bealizer. That could be it. So, not sure how useful that's going to be, but let's go and see how these are getting on. And I've noticed we've already got 1 mutated leaf over there. Well, we had earlier. We've probably hopefully got more than 1 mutated leaf by now. But Oh yeah, we got a couple there. 3, 4. They are definitely doing the work. That's obviously got a fairly long life cycle. Yeah, and we've got at least one more mutation there. I'm not seeing any on this actual sugar mate. Oh, there's one. I'm not seeing on the... Oh, there they go. Typical. Pardon me. Oh, there's another. Yep. This is mutating nicely. So, yeah, this is... Believe me, this is a lot faster than when you do it. I could put the life... I think there's a lifespan upgrade you can put in there or something along those lines. Where are we? If I can find it, there is a lifespan upgrade. Lifespan upgrade, you can put maximum of 4 in, and you need fermented spider's eyes for it, and that will reduce the lifespan. Now what I may do is actually make another one of these and dump it up on the roof, where we can... roof's probably not ideal, but something like that, where we can have a breeding station, because coming backwards and forwards to here is obviously less than ideal. See, that one's done, so we got a common princess, it's pristine, we got that, so we can pop you back in and we could set that one running again, which we'll do in a bit, but that's got a longer lifespan on it, so we're going to have to wait for that. So in the meantime, what I may do is set that up so we can run an apiary on the hill at the back there without having to faff around making this journey every time, just for this breeding process. Now I said I needed a common. What else did I need a common for? Well, I'm going to need another noble for definite. But let me wait for that to finish. I'll get some more EMC. We'll run... What I'll do is I'll probably run it up there somewhere or around here, just where we can easily access it, and that should make life distinctly easier for doing this. So, alright, well, I've got one set of noble things. I need another set of nobles. I'm just going to get the lifespan upgrade sorted. So we will learn that. We will get another fermented spider eye, and if we take one of those 2, that and that will give us that. It has an EMC, so we will learn it, and we will get 3 more of those, and let's go up to the roof, where I set up the simplest thing you could possibly imagine, which is going to be a noble queen. Hostile environment, we need 4 lifespan upgrades. So temperature, what do you like? Temperature normal, humidity normal, and it's so right. We need coolers, upgrade, humidity, a couple of that. I'll take 4. Temperature 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be sufficient. And then it might protest about flowers, but we can sort flowers, they're not a problem. Let's go. Humidity is now normal. Sorry, temperature is normal. Humidity is arid. More than happy, and I'm surprised that they're not actually going at the moment. Are you not protesting about flowers? What do you like? You like flowers. I'm just going to go and grab that dandelion over there, just to keep them happy. There we go. Bonk. There you go. Have a flower. You can see now that is working considerably faster, and they'll run through their lifespan pretty quick and do things. Now, I was right, you have to scan them with your beealyzer, and then they appear in your database. So yeah, useful to know. Right, I'll pop those back. We'll stick those in. We'll grab another one of those. That's 7. That's 8. We need one more for the chest plate. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now what I should also do while I'm here is get a stack of... get all of that, and we'll charge you up to full. And we'll also charge the trealizer up to full while we're at it. Because I've got more honey than I know what to do with. There we go. So they've got full charges on them. Yeah, probably want to... is it not? Those dark glass windows, you know, always throw me. So with a bit of luck, this should be getting close to... yeah, you can see it's much faster. It's halfway through the lifespan already. We've got this dripping comb from these guys as well, so let's see what that gives. I think it just gives extra honey. But... we will soon find out. Oh, we got plenty of silk. Oh, we got honeydew. That was... what do you use that for then? Oh, you can use it for glistening melon, ambrosia. That was it. Once you get royal jelly, which you get from Imperials, then you can get ambrosia, and that is probably one of the best foods in the game, if I remember rightly. Right, let me sleep. Sleepy sleep. Those beasts should be done in no time at all. And then we can move on to the next one, which is the Majestic. Then it will be majestic. It will be majestic and graceful and almost dead in that case. Well, almost done. Dead. Dead kind of is a little bit grim. We'll just go down but do these while we wait for that. If I can get this chest plate done, then I will be a happy bunny. Well, there we go. We've got barely any EMC left, but we should be able to do... oh, I've got one too many. Oh well. No such thing as one too many. Stick that back in there for now. We've got our nice little red matter chest plate. So just the leggings and the boots to do. Yep, that's finished. So we'll grab you and you. And we are going to take a noble and a cultivated. That's our next target. So if I go and get a... I've got noble princess. Let's take a cultivated drone. We'll put a noble princess cultivated drone. Gives us only one choice, majestic. So run that through. And then we need that. Well, we'll better BLize it first. Majestic shorten. Now this has got a higher fertility. And this is one of the things I'm hoping for, because once we get something with the right fertility, we can possibly modify our bees to produce more princesses. That is the idea. It's happy enough. It's quite happy with flowers. It's doing its thing. Its lifespan is shortened anyway, so this should go through really quickly. But I'll let that run, and I'll... Alright, so we've got a princess, we've got 4 drones off of that, and some more dripping comb. So what I'm going to do next, blah blah blah, I'm not in there, I'm in here, is a noble plus a majestic. Now, I'm just checking down my list. I think I'll use the majestic princess and a noble drone, and that is going to make us the top tier of the royal bees, the imperial queen or princess or whatever we want to call it. So she's got effective beatific. I think that is healing off the top of my head. I can't remember. She's got a slow production speed. She's got a normal lifespan. Her fertility isn't overly high though. So what we need is one that has a chance of producing additional princesses. Now I'm going to run this one with an automation upgrade, just to let this run through and get a few drones, because these Imperials we're going to use quite a bit. They do crop up. Now you are doing your thing, aren't you? Oh, and we have regen, yeah. So as long as we have this effect going on around us, instead of like the tropicals poisoning me, this lady is giving me regen. Not doing a lot else. Oh, she's off, dripping comb. But yeah, so that's doing that. We'll let that run for a while. I'm going to continue harvesting diamonds. I need to put some bees off, set them off in the apiaries as well. I'm wondering whether to run my cultivators again for now. So yeah, we'll get that running, and I will be okay. Just a quick update. We've got the red maple. I've not even looked at what this looks like yet, so I've updated this. It's got orchard apple, sugar maple, and mundane larch, which has got a couple of mutations or possible mutations. So let us just have a look at what this one looks like, apart from red, which is kind of, I suppose, obvious when you think about it. Grab a good selection of saplings, because yeah, obviously if you don't, you are going to be a little bit sad when you inadvertently realise you've used your last one. And that is lime. It's just the same maple wood, no difference in the wood, it's just the colour of the leaves. Okay, well, there we go. Today we have learned. Almost got 4 red matter, so we should soon be able to get our boots done, and then it's just the leggings, which is 7. So let me just, I really could do with an arborist, I think it's an arborist chest as well, and start stocking the wood. These woods are really, to be honest, one of the reasons why you would bother doing the tree farm at all. I may actually, thinking about like storyline and things, I may consider building like a lumber warehouse and just stocking all the good wood. So thank you, bees. Diamonds. There's one. I'll leave one in the system because we're not going to get that to, and I think we just do that red matter boots. So it's just these, and we're on full red matter. The Imperial bees obviously doing their thing. So if we jump up here, we should see we've got some royal jelly, we've got dripping comb, and I'm going to take these out for now because we've got a few Imperial drones in the system. Let me just stick the Imperial Queen in there. Let me pop that in there. We can run that through. So what did you, that was for the ambrosia, wasn't it? You needed 5 and a wax capsule. I'll put that away for now. In fact, I think, hang on, let me just try. So 5, you know, I do that so often where I think I've, no, it's not, it's 3, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that gives me the wax capsule. And then we use that and, whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, damn it. Wish you could put things back into machines when you take them out. You know, these ones that have got multiple inventory slots. I just think it'd be a lot more sensible than having a bit of royal jelly in there, wax capsule. There's our ambrosia. So if we have a look, when we take this, it gives you regen for 40 seconds, fills you up. It's pretty good stuff. Anyway, so the next thing I want is a common and a cultivated. Now, we've got cultivated drones. What I could use is a common, either a pristine common princess, and we're out of luck, so we need to make a new common. And to make a new common, we can just use any. I'd rather use a pristine as a modest. And any drone. Wintry drone should do the trick. So we'll do that. That gives us a common queen. Run that through the system. It will give us a common princess, just the once through at night time. So I'll get that done and be back in a mo for the... Alright, so I'm probably running close to time, if not slightly over, but we're going to finish off with one more bee. And we are going to do the diligent. The diligent allows us to go on to breed unweary and tolerant and industrious bees, and there's other bees we want to breed after that one. Let me BLize you, bunk. So it's flowers again, that's fine. It's just doing stringy comb, but there's a reason we want to go down this line, and that is for some of the resource gathering bees. Once we get to about 4 or 5 generations from this point onwards, seems happy. It's we've got pink bees flying out the hive. Then yeah, we're good. And what I will probably do between episodes is just take a little trip out. I need to get 3.5 million RF basically to get the trousers, and I don't think we're going to get that this episode, or the leggings, or whatever you want to call them, because that'll only give me 3 red matter. But I'm going to go out between episodes and grab a whole load more hives. I know there's plenty out there, just to get more princesses, hopefully of the pristine type, for breeding purposes, because there is it appears there is a flat chance for an extra princess to drop when your breeding cycle goes on. It's obviously quite low because as of yet we ain't seen one. So yeah, the best way to get extra princesses is to go out into the world and bat hives with your scoop, or, you know, in my case, my Scooperator 10,000 or whatever it is, Scooperator MX200. Bonk. And that should give us princesses to play with for later down when we want to start into getting more commons and breeds. And this, as I say, there's no shortage of hives out here really. We just need to get out and do it. So yeah, bees, the most fun you can have outside of Pokemon. So until next time guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon, and bye.